guys, Darrell Brooks rolled into court yesterday in Milwaukee. I mean, literally rolled into it. This is for his remaining cases and not the parade massacre, which his attorney is reviewing for appeal. The judge said in this hearing yesterday that he had talked to the lawyers in camera or off the record and then came on the record, and that while a resolution, in other words, a plea deal, had not been reached, it hadn't been ruled out either. Nobody said anything to that, so, including Brooks. So I guess that's the state of things. But then the judge said this.
Also did discuss that at some point Mr. Brooks may be making a request to proceed pro se on this matter, but I think the discussion we had was that we would hold off on that and set a scheduling status date to see if the parties can reach a resolution, and then if they can't, the court would need to address that issue as to representation. And is that acceptable to Mr. Brooks today?
Yes, sir.
That's right. Darrell Brooks wants to dust off his clown hat and bring his one-ring circus of stupendous stupidity and silly sovereign sophistry out for an encore performance. If a deal isn't reached, and does he have much incentive to reach a deal since he already has life without parole in the Waukesha case, plus centuries of sentence, the judge will entertain his desire to represent himself. See the previous videos on how he has a right to do that. The docket notes a motion to withdraw, too, and based on the courtroom comments, I assume that's Brooks' lawyer doing this to tee up Brooks' self-representation hearing. Brooks was dripping with honey for the judge and those around him on his best behavior, but you know this doesn't last. So the judge rolled the case over to March 23rd at 1:30 and said if no deal is reached, and the DA doesn't drop the case, I suppose, or cases, the judge is going to reset the trial calendar and take up the issue of Brooks representing himself. The judge then told Darrell Brooks to be safe and make good decisions, while Brooks was sitting there strapped in a wheelchair, convicted of mass murder and assault and on trial for numerous felonies. Darrell Brooks wouldn't know a good decision if it rolled itself up into a big doobie, lit itself up, and let him inhale it until his eyes turned beet red. His face will be carved on the Mount Butmore of bad decisions. So with that installment of Theater of the Absurd concluded, Brooks was rolled out, content in his cocoon of narcissistic entitlement, where he's something more than a murdering, woman-beating, lying dirtbag whose only interesting quality is to make his self-absorbed arguments a ridiculous spectacle and comment on just how much can be so wrong in one person. So until March, thanks, bye.